and they are using the LiveU 600, 800 family of professional products. Today's show is going to be about the LU300, and I'm really excited to present that to you. You guys, you know about the LiveU Solo. We've done a ton of shows on the LiveU Solo cellular bonding, and today's show, like I said, we're going to take it up a notch, bring you into the world of professional remote production with LiveU and BirdDog. So let's roll the bump and let's start the show. All right, welcome to Video Guys Live. Tuesdays at 3 p.m. you give us 15, 30 minutes. We're going to teach you all about great technologies, the products we sell, how they work, how they function, the good stuff like that. Today's show is all about LiveU and their LU300 remote bundle. Now, we work specifically with the folks at LiveU, and we came up with this really cool bundle that includes their LU300 cellular bonded transmitter, an LU2000 server, and the BirdDog P200 PTZ camera. And while we go into the show, we're going to let you know exactly why we chose those certain items and why they work so well together. But I'm really excited about this project and about what we have here because it opens up another level of remote workflow to our customers. Now, I understand if you're a school, a high school, or maybe you're a house of worship, this isn't for you. But if you're doing more professional production where you have a studio, but you need to bring people in remotely to the studio who may be anywhere in the world, this is a fantastic webinar for you, and you definitely want to watch it. So who and what is this bundle for? It's not for everyone, but it's for anyone who needs to set up a remote guest, a remote production without a camera operator. REMI Production is for like talk show guests, reality TV, news broadcast, where you see it all the time on TV. If you're watching CNN, if you're watching late night TV shows, if you're watching, one of the day shows, the talk shows, whatever, they're always bringing guests in remotely. And you know what I think? I think half the time the quality's terrible. I think the broadcast network should be ashamed of themselves. What you're going to see here is a way to do a professional solution that's going to be better than what you see on most broadcast networks, and it's going to be easier to do. It's perfect for sports. You can send the camera and encoder anywhere, and you send the broadcast video back to your studio. And the remote camera control, image optimization, image control, brightness, focus is all controlled from the studio back home. That's what we call remote production. Completely affordable, scalable solution. What's my motto that I keep saying this year? In 2021, we make streaming look better, we make it work better, and we make it easier to do. All right, check out this video that our guy Glenn, our workflow specialist, put together on how he set up this REMI production with the gear we have now. And then after you actually see this little video, we're going to bring Glenn in remotely using this very exact setup that we're selling. So check it out.
Once everything is cabled and powered up, all I need to do is go to my web browser and go to LU Central. From there, I log in with my credentials, and then I simply have to wait for my LiveU unit to come online. Once it comes online, I simply need to go to the IP pipe settings, click Connect, and wait for it to establish a connection. Once that connection is made, I simply click OK. Just wait a couple of seconds for the unit to see video, and then I simply click Start. And at that point in time, I now have control of the camera and am receiving the video feed from the LiveU unit.
We have this same exact setup in our studio right now. Glenn is in Texas, and obviously we are here in New York. And he's sending us his signal through the LU300 and the LU2000 server. And I'm able to control Glenn's camera with my BirdDog PTZ controller. So I sent Glenn a camera. Maybe it's set up, it's out of focus, it's out of frame, it's not color corrected correctly. We're gonna fix that really, really quickly. So since I have control over Glenn's camera, let's get him framed. And let's say that Glenn is not where I need him to be color-wise. So I'm gonna go into my exposure and let's yank that down just a little bit, get him fixed up. And he's still a little soft, so I go in here and I'm gonna change that. And now I have Glenn broadcast ready to be shown on my broadcast. And Glenn, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I'm here, I'm live. I'm getting the feedback through, Teams, which is how we're doing this whole call. But we can interact with each other. I'm coming in live. You're getting great high quality. And the beauty of this is, because of the way the LiveU works with that cellular bonding technology, you just ship me in that unit. I don't have to connect it on my network. You don't have to worry about it being configured. It's just plug and play.
Cool. Now, Oliver, can you just click back and forth? Keep the shot up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just click back and forth to the preset of how Glenn looked before we messed with it and after?
Yeah. So here's before.
Yep.
And now when we're all done.
Yeah, I just want to see the shot of him straight on and back and forth, those two shots.
So before and after.
And because this is live video, of course, we have the cat on the counter right behind you, Glenn. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I was chuckling at that. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk.
And of course, what happens in this is very typical. Oliver and I did a dry run this morning. We're using all natural lighting. So the lighting in my kitchen was set up one way. We set this camera up for that. And of course, I also moved the camera because I was, rearranging cables on the desk. So when we get back to going live, guess what? My lighting's changed. My camera position has changed. Very typical things. Just like a cat on a counter. This happens.
You can't necessarily expect your show to start on the fly and instantaneously have this thing going where you're going to set it up remotely. The point is I would ship it to my location. I would get everything set up before the show was going, but I would be there that if something happened, if all of a sudden it got overcast or the sun came out, I could tweak, I could make it look better. It's not something that we're saying you do 2 minutes before the show goes live. We never recommend that, but the point is if something goes wrong even while the show is live, you can adjust from the control from your studio because this isn't just one-way control. This is actually two-way. We've extended basically NDI over the LiveU pipe, and we're basically, it's as if you're in my studio here with me and you're just another camera and another talent in the studio, correct?
No, absolutely correct. I mean, this is all, coming in, across the internet, coming right in. In this case, we're using SDI, but the LiveU server can put out both SDI and NDI, so it all depends on what your infrastructure is. But it's live. It's just another camera. It's just another source view. Much higher quality than you get through any type of Zoom or WebRTC meeting. And, again, you didn't have to worry about my network. That's always the problem, too, is when you ship into these things, you've got to make sure you can get into somebody's network. You've got to make sure that, they have the bandwidth. That's all self-contained. And, the beauty of this is literally, what was said to me was a camera and a field unit, the LU300, and a little tripod. Set it up, anybody can do it. You saw the video that shows you how easy it is to plug in. You're not sending in a crew. You're not sending in a whole bunch of people. Again, this is natural lighting because the BirdDog P200 camera is great. So this is just something you could send to somebody and do this interview, and then guess what? Throw it back in a Pelican case, ship it on to the next person, do it all over again.
Yeah, and I'll put this against anything that you see on late night network television, unless, of course, they're using the LiveU 300 in this remote production, which a lot of people are. And let me tell you, when you see a show that looks like they're doing it right, you probably have a 90% chance that you're using LiveU to make it happen. They're that dominant a player in the higher end of the market. So let's cut back to me and let's thank Glenn. I want to thank you for coming on the show. I know you got other stuff to do, so thank you for the video. It was fantastic, and thank you for letting us use you as a live test subject. So have a great day. All right, let's talk about this bundle. What does this bundle cost? This bundle costs $19.99, $20,000. Now you get a whole lot for it. You get the BirdDog camera, which is $27.99. You get the LU300 transmitter with modems for $9,995. You get the LU300 Pro license. You get a 15 gig data plan for $1,800. LU2000 is a single channel server receiver that goes into your rack to plug into your studio with a single SDI output for $4,500. And the IP pipe is the magic that lets everything communicate. So as you can see, this bundle is $19,999, saving you over $2,000. Now, I do want to stress, can we bring this up again? 3 of these items are actually annual fees. So the second year you have it, you would once again be buying your Pro license, your data plan, and your IP pipe. And let's say you need a lot more data, you're using it more. Well, we'll help you with the data plans. The data plans get more affordable as you scale up, so don't be afraid of that. And once again, I understand this solution isn't for everyone, but for the people who get what this delivers, this is by far and away the easiest, best thought out, self-contained, remote production solution we could come up with, and we're really excited to share it with you. Now I'm going to dive a little deeper into each of the individual parts. Now, if you're a fan of the video, guys, you know we've done a lot of shows on the LiveU Solo, and that's LiveU's basic product, which allows you to go directly encoding through cellular bonding to their LRT cloud to go to a single place like Facebook or YouTube. The LU300 is designed as a different system. The LU300 will actually talk back to an LU2000 server. So let's go to the LU300. Smaller size, reliable. It has HEVC, which means you get twice the video quality through the same pipe, or if you're using one standard video quality, you get twice as much for the same data. It enables broadcasters and content creators to transmit high quality video. Once again, you can use H.264 or H.265, and it includes inherent support for 5G because you can connect 5G sticks as they become more and more available. Sorry, this is falling out of my ear. Now, the LU2000 server is a key component of that. The server is what we have in our studio, and the server can be connected through a TriCaster through NDI or through SDI, your choice. It's a bonded video decoder, and you use it to receive the signals that are coming off of your LU300. Now, you can get a couple of different flavors of this server. This one right now that we're selling you is a single channel server. There's also a dual and a quad available. And if you decide you want to step up to the dual, the quad, we'll work with you on that. We can customize the bundle to what you need. So let's say you already had someone who had an LU300, which you want to add this kit to it. So you can bring in 2 different people remotely. You can easily do that. This system is scalable for you. And just because this system can only send one feed to your mixer, in our case your TriCaster, please understand that it can pick up feeds from all over the LiveU universe. In fact, anyone with an LU200, 300, 500, 600 could allow you to pick up their signal. So that's really cool about that is, let's say you're a college campus and you have colleges in your conference. Well, if everyone team in the college conference had it, you'd actually be able to see everyone else's LU300 if they chose to share it with you, which is kind of cool because it means you can bring in other teams' coaches for interviews and stuff like that. The next part is the secret sauce that makes this whole IP workflow really work and makes it truly an interactive workflow where the studio not only gets a signal in but control, and that's the IP pipe. The IP pipe is a technology from LiveU that allows you to just basically open up a private VPN between the LiveU 300 and our studio through the server. And that data, through that VPN, you can transmit not just the video that's coming in, but the control, the color control, the zoom, the pan, the tilt, the tally. Very, very cool, super easy to use. As you can see, I don't want to say super easy to use. Oliver's a pretty talented guy, but Oliver had no problem using it. Why did we pick the BirdDog P200 PTZ camera? Well, for HD, it's a phenomenal HD camera. Yeah, you could go 4K, but we're trying to make solutions that work for people who need it now to make it work. Like I said, in 2020, we made stuff work. In 2021, we're going to make it work better, look better, easier to do. We're not looking to go 4K. You could if you wanted to. We're talking about HD. And when it comes to HD workflows for the money, I love the BirdDog PT200. What I really like for this workflow is the color tools that you've seen. We have a video that's on our website that we've posted. That's a great video on using those color tools that the BirdDog guys put together. You saw Glenn use it a little bit in the video that he posted, and you saw Oliver use it there. But those color tools are very in-depth. We could spend a complete show doing nothing but color correction on a BP200. And the crazy part about this is Oliver was able to color correct a camera that was in Texas from our studio, live, in real time. Boom. 30x zoom. It's just a great camera. Once again, there's a great video on our website. Oliver, I don't think we need to play this video today. No, we've played it a few times. If you want to see the video, we'll put the links directly to it in the metadata and the YouTube and all that good stuff. Cool. So let's go into a step-up version of this that we put together also, which is we're going to step up the LU2000 to the dual channel server, and we're going to include a BirdDog controller, the PTZ key controller that Oliver showed you, so that you can control more than one camera, bring in more than one source. Now, once again, I want to stress to you that we're giving you these configurations as base configurations, and they're great deals. If you come to us and say, I want a little of this, a little of that, add some more, I want one of these, we're going to work with you. We're going to try to get you the same great savings. You might not be able to save as much. We're still going to put you in a fully working remote workflow solution. What's great about this one is with the solution we're showing you right now, if you already had a BirdDog camera or a Panasonic or anyone else's NDI camera, you could now bring in 2 remote guests from 2 remote areas, or 1 remote guest in your office, in your studio, and one outside, because the LU2000 dual allow you to get 2 people in. So this one comes out pricing a little bit more. It's about $2,500 more. It's $22,499. As you can see, you're stepping up to the dual channel LU2000. It also includes the PTZ keyboard controller. Same thing as the last time. The LU300 Pro license, the data plan, and the IP Piper annual subscriptions. All right, so I hope that brought to those cool kits to you and let you see them. But you know, I know if you know video guys, you know that we're your source for the LiveU Solo. So if I'm going to do a show on LiveU, I got to talk a little bit about the LiveU Solo. So best in class, plug and play, live streaming bonding solution, $995. What I want to stress about the LiveU Solo is, yes, it is a great cellular bonded encoder, but it's also a phenomenal encoder having nothing to do with cellular bonding, where you just want an encoder to go over Wi-Fi or internet. So it's really a workhorse for a product, really easy to use as setup. Love the LRT for the dual when you want to do cellular bonding, and we have complete kits that will get you full cellular bonded bundles. So these kits include either 2 modems or 2 modems and a one of those pucks that you use. You know, what do we call those? Neck-gear puck. Neck-gear puck. And then we also have it in the SDI or the HDMI versions. These complete bundles run from $1445 to $2145. And then you buy them with it. Oh, I jumped ahead. You would need to buy an annual data plan, and those data plans are available for
starting at $295 a month.
$295 a month for dual. For 2 modems. I think it goes up to $435 for 3 modems. And once again, that sounds like a lot. And some people say, what are you talking about? I'm not going to spend, you know, $295 a month. I'm like, dude, if you're going to do 4 shows a month, maybe it's a worship, maybe it's a board meeting, maybe it's, you know, a Tuesday night bowling league or something, $75 a show, and you bring your bandwidth with you. You know, one of the things about the LiveU Solo that's so cool is that you bring your bandwidth with you. You don't have to worry about what kind of clunky, bad bandwidth your house of worship, the school, the place you're going online, who you're doing your shoot with. So LiveU Solo is still a great product. Once again, not for remote production. The kits we showed you before for remote production, but for good old-fashioned cellular bonded streaming from anywhere and any place with fantastic quality, can't touch the LiveU Solos. And once again, we know that the LiveU Solos aren't just great standalone models. They're great for any time you have to do in the field production. So you can put a LiveU Solo together with something like a TriCaster Mini, a Roland V1 HD, or a RGB Link Mini, and now you could do some video mixing and stream on location from anywhere. You know, I was talking to a guy at a high school who, you know, he wanted to show his high school football games in the fall. And they had this big rec-in to run Wi-Fi and to run internet out into the football field. And it was getting all caught up in local ordinances and having to dig trenches, blah, 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 blah. I said, dude, just get a LiveU Solo. Bring your bandwidth with you. He got a LiveU Solo, loved it so much. Now there's 3 other high schools in the district also putting in orders for them. So we love stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's great when you give people a solution. That's what we try to do here at Video Guys. And that's what those original LiveU bundles that we showed you to start the show was. We're trying to give you solutions to your live streaming workflows. I'm gonna take a sip of water for a second. This slide I wanted to throw up just to give you a basic differentiator between a Solo and an LU300. Solo is wired Wi-Fi, 2 USB modems, LiveU 300 wired Wi-Fi, 2 internal cellular plus 2 additional. The LU Solo goes directly to the LRT cloud, which then takes you to Facebook or YouTube, whatever. The LU300 is meant to go back to your studio, to your server, the LU200. The 300 supports HVAC, HEVC, MPEG-5, IP pipe compatibility, data bridge mode, audio, and tally light. So it's actually, you know, it's for a different purpose and it's for a different user, a different application. But the LU300, LU600, LU800, like I said in the pre-show, if any event unfolds in the world, a volcano erupts, there's an election, there's a funeral of someone in the state, some kid breaks an Olympic record or some Guinness Book of World Records and everyone's got to be there. Or they're getting a kid out of a well. I know it's an old story, but it happened when I was a kid. You know, you could bet you're going to see in the crowd a bunch of people with these little blue backpacks behind them. And those blue backpacks all say LiveU, because when there's an event unfolding in the world, you can bet that 75 to 80% of the people shooting it and filming it are doing it through a LiveU product. All right, let's bring these full screen and just rehash what you get in each of these 2 bundles. I'm going to start with the bundle, the first bundle, the LU300, the one for $19,999. You're going to get the LU300 and the BirdDog P200 camera. You're going to get the Pro license. You get a 15 gig data plan, which you can expand as needed to buy more data, no problem. You get the LU2000 single channel server, and you get the IP pipe, and the IP pipe is the magic that allows you to control the PTZ camera from the remote studio. And then we have the step-up version with the LU300. It's $22,499. What do you get for your $2,500? Well, you get a PTZ controller worth $15.99. You get stepped up to the dual channel LU200, which is, you know, almost $2,000 more. So there's just tremendous value, tremendous savings in all these bundles. And once again, if you need other things, you want to mix and match, you want 2 LU300s and 2 BP200s, and you know you want to work with this, give Oliver, give Adam a call. We will customize your configuration for you. If you're getting really technical, we're going to bring in Glenn, the workflow specialist, who's going to make sure this is all going to work with your TriCaster or vMix, whatever it is you're using back in the studio. So we just want to let you know that these are 2 things that are starting points. They're great solutions in and of themselves, but they're not the only options available. We can work with you to customize whatever you need. All right, that was today's show on the LiveU remote production, or REMI as they call it. Take remote production to the next level with the LiveU 300 and BirdDog. I hope you enjoyed the show. This is Gary from Video Guys. Watch us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, like us, give us all that social media love. We need it, and I want to remind you that also on the Video Guys blog, not only can you watch this video, but you'll have all the metadata from the show, including links to the videos we spoke about, as well as more detailed specs and other things on all the products involved. This is Gary from Video Guys. See you next week. Peace.
Thank you for watching this week's Video Guys live webinar. We go live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to our Facebook and YouTube pages with the latest news on live streaming, video editing, and video storage technology. Join us next week for a great webinar on New Blue Fusion 2. Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.